You ready? Are we gonna go live? This is the way to open the man. I can't say it. I know I want to, but oh, hello, hi. We're here again with another episode of the Whiskey Untitled, and we're coming live to your living room. At least I have whiskey. What's up? I was gonna open today with a little thing I said on Instagram, but Charles said that it was very rude to talk about people in India like that, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I love Indian people, but it's not what the issue's about. Anyways, as you can tell today on our show, we're going to be talking about, I don't know what Charles named this show. I think he named it Bottles We've Been Reaching For During Corona. Lucky for you guys, I haven't been reaching for bottles, which is a surprise to Charles because he has no idea. That's why I didn't want to do this episode. But today, we will be talking about bottles that we were reaching for during Corona because some of us have just nonstop been making cocktails. A little
what? You gonna say it? You want to say it?
Lady. Didn't want to be a little lady.
Wow.
Anyways, no, I have been making Boulevardiers like crazy though. Well, I've been making all kinds of cocktails like crazy.
Yeah, because
I perfected clear ice. Did I tell you that?
So no, you haven't. Actually, I know. Mm-hmm. Today's post was pretty good. I'll admit that.
Today's post and yesterday's post. Do you know how you do it?
Yeah. Okay, fine. Sure.
For the record, to get clear ice, since everybody and their grandmother's always wondering how you get clear ice, I found the solution. It's two-part.
Okay.
One, you have to get one of those insulated ice makers. So you can either buy one that has built-in insulation.
Get a Coleman or whatever.
Or you can get a Coleman and put your stuff inside of the Coleman with no lid. You can do it one of the two ways. It doesn't matter which one you do. Yeah. I just bought a $40 ice maker that makes them perfectly 2.5-inch cubes. It's perfect.
Oh, only
like
two
half the
or
battle.
Four of them? Is that the one that with 4 or 2?
Mine makes 4.
It's that square one, right? The square one?
Yeah. I actually have a circle one, too. It does the same thing. So the
pretty
trick
pricey,
is, though,
Coleman's like 10
putting
bucks.
water... It's not. It's like $40. $40 for clear ice?
Yeah, Coleman's like a $10, though.
I can't fit a Coleman in my freezer. I got a freezer French doors.
Don't you have like a...
Anyways.
Okay, anyway, go.
Anyways. So that's half the battle. I was pouring water in there. It was doing most of its job. If you guys have ever done any research on clear ice, of course, directional freezing. I know that we don't get cloudy ice here. Well, maybe you guys have better water. We have decent water here because Bowie has its own water system. But so the other half of it is just boiling water. So a lot of people say boiling water by itself works. A lot of people say directional freezing by itself works. Directional freezing probably does work in some places. But for me, I have to boil my water and then pour it into the things hot right in the freezer.
Yeah. And
let it sit for 24 hours and perfectly clear ice.
Yeah, but you still have to at least water it down for the last bubbles to get off on the top layer, right?
No, so the way that these ice things work, because it's directional freezing, all the air bubbles stay at the bottom, but the top part of the ice is actually above the actual bottom.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah,
so when you pull the whole thing out, you have to knock off the bottom.
Yeah, there you go. Knock off the bottom, not the top. Sorry. Yeah,
and you're right. Now I'm all janky looking on the whatchamacallit.
I don't know, man. But yeah, so we were having a hard time trying to figure out. Well, I was having a hard time trying to figure out topics. Well, I gave some good ones, but I think I need to do a bit more. I want to say research, but especially if you guys look, today is what the 22nd of April, 2020. Wally's Instagram was posted basically if you could remove one area of Scotland, which would you move? Sadly, I felt everyone kind of had reasonably the same answer, or at least one of the two same answers. So I kind of want to do a bit more research on the lowlands. So it's
because you got Dathmill, nobody talks about. I think I've heard it one time because it was a name I'd never heard.
Yeah.
You've got Glenkinchie, which I actually do very much enjoy, but people just don't talk about it. Luis, nobody said Pete, don't worry. And Lisa had whiskey, he just said Pete, and more Pete because his friends' names are Pete. All of his friends, Pete, and Pete. They used to have a TV show.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's up, Tolv?
Tattoo.
So you got Glenkinchie, you've got Dathmill, you've got Auchentoshan, which everybody knows, but Auchentoshan's hit or miss for people. For me, I've always loved Auchentoshan.
Yeah.
It was one of the first whiskeys. It was definitely in the first 6 bottles I ever had. I got the classic, which definitely was one of the first whiskeys to help me taste coconut. Big fan, Auchentoshan. I've got like 4 or 5 of their bottles. None of their independent bottles, but I like their OBs. Yeah. And then who else is down there? Ailsa Bay. Ailsa Bay is down there, and everyone loves them. Who loves Pete?
But in my head, I'm just like, I just feel as though they're probably the redheaded stepchild.
Well, you know what's distilled at Ailsa Bay?
What?
Monkey shoulder. So if you're a monkey shoulder fan, don't kick up the lowlands yet.
Yeah. But then again, we all know what monkey shoulder
I'm not a
was.
monkey shoulder fan.
Yeah.
Makes great cocktails.
Cocktail, definitely sure. So maybe we'll do that in next episode, next following episodes and stuff like that. I kind of want to do more because it was a good question. It was interesting to see, but then when you realize it wasn't just like Pete versus Sherry type style or Speyside versus Isla. It was definitely like,
Correct.
I want to pick the worst one out of the bunch, and it was someone that basically.
I hate that it's Lowlands though, because even Isla, people were like, "Why aren't you kicking out Isla?" And I'm like, "Because Brooklady and Bunnahabhain are like Isla's saving graces."
Yeah, but
Also, Christian asked you a question: how do you grow a porn mustache during Corona?
I feel as though that Christian can't grow a mustache. Challenge. Come on, Christian. Show
Is
it.
that racist?
No, it's not racist.
Is this racist against Haitian people?
No, I just don't think
They
because
live in
some people
they live
can't.
in caves,
Some
eat cannibals.
some people can't. So I wonder if that's why he's getting all jealous about it.
Oh, you think he's jealous?
Yeah. Just saying,
I
Christian.
thought he was jealous about your occupation changing.
Nah, probably not. But yeah, so
I mean, now that you're a porn star with that mustache.
New bottles. Full beard. There you go. I can't. I tell you, I can't. I can only grow this. This is it. I can't do a Wally. Maybe I'll rub my chin so I can get some hair on.
You can't look like a terrorist.
No, I can't. So my bottle finally arrived. I have not opened it yet, but
Oh, you got something in the mail? New bottles?
finally got a new bottle.
Since this is a whiskey show, Charles, what's in your glass?
I actually have nothing in my glass right now.
What's up, Cody?
But yeah, Courage and Conviction finally arrived. Excited to try this bottle out. Have you done a review on this yet?
Niet tovarish. I've been busy driving my brand new car.
Yeah, you have, haven't you?
Nonstop.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
It's not fancy.
But yeah, since this is a drinking show, what is in your glass while I transition to
I told you. Right before this show... Oh, this is a Boulevardier. Guys, listen to me. A Boulevardier is just a Negroni made with bourbon, right? Here's what's up, though. Any of you guys have ever done the 1-1-1 ratio for the Negroni? So it should be 1 part vermouth, 1 part Campari, and 1 part bourbon, right?
In theory.
I didn't get a Honda Fit. I thought about a Honda Fit, but I ended up getting a Toyota 86. It should be 1 part vermouth, 1 part bourbon, 1 part Campari. But if any of you guys have ever tasted Campari, it tastes like the most bitter, nasty, dirt stank, nasty, gross bitter. It tastes more bitter than a divorced woman who can't get child support. It's so bitter.
You went there.
See, I went there. That's how bitter Campari tastes. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, Campari's an acquired taste. You're gonna, it's like Pete, you know, like, oh, eventually you're gonna learn to love it. Like H to the nah. I don't love it. I don't want to love it. So what I do is I cut the Campari in half.
Okay.
So I do 1 part vermouth, 2 parts bourbon, and then do a half Campari, and that gives me the Boulevardier color without the nasty Boulevardier eating gross, nasty pencil shavings that are more bitter than, like I said. Oh, what else is something that's bitter?
Why do you go for a different type of bitter instead of Campari?
So somebody did say that there are some good subs for Campari, like Aperol. Is a good sub
really
for
good,
Campari,
but
but I
it's
feel like
sweet.
that would be a different
It's sweet.
cocktail.
It's sweet though.
And then what's the other one? Somebody recommended a weird one I've never heard of, like Sue or Segru or something. Anyways, I was on Reddit, so there were all these people making suggestions, but it was definitely like, hey, try this other type of very bitter compound that's not as bad as Campari.
And that's all it is, right? Everyone, cocktail wise anyway, Campari is definitely a big part of that. But Aperol would be a good substitute, especially if you're not a big fan of that. And it seems like you got maraschino cherries in there. Do you put a little bit of the juice in there or no?
Brah. These are Luxardo cherries.
Sorry, Luxardo cherries. Do you put the sauce, little sugar in there? My bad.
No.
No?
Shouldn't be any simple syrup in it.
I put some
You're not
syrup
making
in
like a half old fashioned. You put simple syrup?
No, for that, like I get the little bit of the syrup from the cherries.
Oh, from the cherries to throw in there? No, I don't ever do that.
Yeah.
I just leave the syrup in the whatchamacallit.
Yes, okay, Christian, got it. My bad.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth between Luxardo and Amareno since all you guys recommended Amareno cherries. They're okay. Smaller, a little more bitter. They're not bad.
Yeah. Wait, the cherries or just Luxardo in general?
Yeah, Luxardo cherries are expensive. It's $16 a bottle for not a lot. You want to see something worse? Go look up Amarena cherries because you guys all recommended that. Freaking Amarena cherries like $25 for a tiny bottle.
Yeah. So for me, like right now, I've been doing a lot of since I've been growing a lot of mint. I've been doing a lot of mint simple syrup. So I've been adding that to it to give a bit of like a.
Lisa whiskey. I still have the SI. I plan on giving it away. I'm waiting for the right opportunity, the right person to come along who needs a vehicle and can drive a stick, and then I'm just going to give it to him.
Yeah. That's how.
Agave syrup is better. Is agave syrup going to do what Campari does, or are you talking about
No,
a substitute for the
you
cherry
just talk about syrup in
for
general.
the simple syrup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get dinner.
$21 for Amarino cherry. Or is that $21 for Luxardo?
Luxardo should be expensive too.
Amazon, bro. Amazon.
All right. For me, going to my tried and true bottle that I'm going to be very sad that I won't be having again after this is done. But to each their own. It's my port finished Westland, so that's in my glass today.
I just got to find some more of that. So
I'm just waiting for a new bottle, new release. But then since they're not doing distillery tours and stuff, they're not basically doing new barrels.
Oh wow!
So for hand fills, so.
Oh, because it's gonna be whatever is still on hand.
Yeah, sad.
No pun intended.
Yep. All right.
This. Been making lots of cocktails with this.
What is that?
You can't see it by looking through it, but there's only this much booze left in here. But it's not really surprising because it's rum. I like to use rum for everything.
Is that the Edgerton rum?
Yeah, Brugal. Esther Viejo. This is like one of my favorite rums. I bought 4 of these, and now I only have
What's the price
one
point
more. $25. It's jokey joke. It's jokey joke, but it tastes good. I drink this neat. I'll have this with a cigar, and it's good.
Ooh, there you go. Good tip. I make my own cherry.
And the other thing I've been using for cocktails.
Ooh, damn! You've been hitting that bottle.
So to be fair, before Corona, this was already a half.
Christian,
I'm a big fan of the
I tried to do that, but I'll adjust to the 40% liquor instead of because I think it was like 80%. I made them liquored up. But yeah, great tip. Half syrup, half 40% liquor.
Half what kind of syrup? Like half simple syrup?
Yeah, most likely. So you do a half 1-to-1 simple syrup with probably the liquor.
Does it have to be 40% liquor? Can it be higher?
I know. I actually have like Luxardo liquor.
Huh. You guys, it can be higher? So, yeah, I'll throw some, like, Knob Creek or something in there. Oh.
So. But, yeah, so I started doing that, but then they got super boozy. So, I definitely gotta.
10.4, Octomore. Whatever you're into, Luis. If you like that, you like that.
The black is good. I haven't not tried that one yet.
I want to try the Ardbeg Black. I heard that it's a lot bigger than the old Ardbegs.
Fair enough. The cherries might kill you. Yeah, no, I had some boozy ass cherries. It was crazy.
I don't know why cherries can be so expensive. Oh, the cherries could kill you because arsenic, right? Cherries are like one of the common sources of arsenic from the earth.
Yeah, I love
Anyways.
cherries. All right, so besides that, what else have you been drinking, man?
That's it. I've just been making nonstop cocktails. And like you guys already know that I live with my parents or my parents live with me or whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
So I've been making cocktails for them too. I just
that's fun.
nonstop cocktails.
It's weird but fun.
Yeah, as long as it's after 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it's time to make a cocktail.
Damn, look at you. For me, it's been a few. There's, I guess, there was a bit of a wet spell probably a couple of days ago, so I've been reaching for some Wonderback. I got a bunch of these bottles, so I don't feel bad if I finish one. So it's one of those. So before Corona was definitely up here. Now it's down there. So I've been drinking a little bit, but ooh, something's happening over
Your
there.
daughter's like screaming.
I don't know if it's my daughter. Nope, that's her. That's her. That's you can hear that.
No, that's her screaming. Oh, you can hear a lot of it. Does whiskey prevent COVID? Kevin, it turns out that whiskey cures COVID. Also, I'm not a doctor. So, that being said, I'm pretty sure if I was a doctor, I'd tell you that it cured cancer. Oh, COVID, right? Yeah, it cured COVID.
I was going to say, like, whoa.
Whiskey cures all. If anybody had a doubt, it's legit.
No, wow, it's going to be a weird show today because it's going to be me talking quite a bit, too.
Yeah, I mean, you wanted to have these bottles that you're reaching for, but like I really haven't been reaching for.
See, and that's it. Like, so I was on a Zoom call probably like a week ago, and Whiskey Nowadays Mike, hey buddy, hope you're doing well. He actually got the COVID, so that kind of sucked. So
my neighbor's neighbor, 2 houses down that way,
yeah,
he died of COVID.
Oh damn, sorry to hear, man. Damn.
Yeah, he was 85. He also had other pre-existing conditions, but that guy could barely walk.
But yeah, so on a brighter note, Mike was able to share his first dram with us after his COVID recovery, and he gave me more of a bit of a teaching about the hedonism and stuff like that, and how older bottles are different. Some of them are like 22-year-olds and so on and so forth. So shared this with him, and I've been drinking this quite a bit.
That's still a blended grain, correct?
That is correct. It is a blended grain, and
It's still really expensive for a blended grain.
No, I agree. And that's, I think, one thing that I want to get into a bit more is more grain whiskeys. I've been seeing them pop up more and more now. Kind of want to understand that.
They're cheaper. You get like a 40-year grain for like $200.
Yeah, I think Scotch Malt Whiskey Society has one for $320.
Just the way they distill it. That's all.
Yeah. Just curious, right? I'm trying to expand those routes, and then
Tolv, you say you've been reaching for everything, but like some specific bottles that you
man.
know you keep going back for. You know, like, hey, ooh, I like this.
And I hit this twice, so this is definitely something I'm savoring. It's probably only 1 or 2, maybe 3 grams.
It is a good one though. I get maple syrup bacon so bad from that bottle.
The problem with this is the fact that I know this is the only one I have. I'm not gonna get it again. So like, if I could get it, if I had a second bottle, I'd probably be dead. This is probably gone by now. Like, this is dead. This bottle's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
That much maple syrup bacon?
Oh, it's just so good, man.
It is pretty good.
I'm just so excited about that.
Actually, the smartest person here is probably a Scotch fan. It's a good time to go through the samples I've had backing up. I feel like I have 2 shoe boxes full of samples that I need to go through.
Yeah, so besides the whiskey, and I think I'm going to go in your route.
It's never going to happen.
I've been drinking a lot more beers lately because I want to clear my beer fridge.
See, that's what this time is really for. This whole Corona time is so that we can figure out what we have too much of and get rid of it. Like, I've been actually doing a lot of cleaning around the house. I threw out all kinds of stuff. I'm like,
which Glenrothes?
Don't need it.
But yeah, no, I seem to be clearing out my beers, and the funny thing is, I've been drain pouring some beers. I know that's bad, but I've been drain pouring some.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than whiskey, though.
But
why though? What about the beer didn't you like so much that you actually threw it away?
So some of them are IPAs. So I'm not a big fan of hoppy IPAs. So that Christmas tree, pine needle kind of flavor.
Grapefruit?
No, I wouldn't say grapefruit. That's more of like an
super
acidic.
citrusy.
No, I don't mind the citrus part. So like the hazy IPAs, I'm okay with because that's more citrus forward. So with IPAs, especially like double IPAs and stuff, they're in the Pacific Northwest because that's where most of the hops are grown for the U.S. They're very pine needle type, Christmassy type, not Christmas spices. Like
so like gin.
It'd be stronger than gin, but yes, like it's very because gin's more floral. Right?
No, juniper. No, it's super juniper. It's like drinking a Christmas tree. It's disgusting.
Yeah, so that part, I'm not a big fan of. So I've been killing those. But then there's also times where I have like the big. I think not 750s, are they? Like the bigger beer bottles, and then they just get
1.75s.
Yeah, not those. And that looks like a normal bottle beside you. Yeah. If you guys don't know, Wally's a big dude. I'm a tiny dude. Yeah, Scotch fan. I've just been clearing a lot of beers, and that's a regular cast, right?
No, it's a 375.
That's a 375.
Yeah, it's extra small.
I learned something new today too. I didn't know that there's if you're on webcams, you can make sure you have your little hands if you lean back. So people have been doing that on Zoom calls now.
Wally is only 5'7" and 104. Wally is 6 foot.
No,
even and a lot.
I'm like, if he's 140, man, damn.
If I'm 140, I ate the other guy who was also 140.
Now, it is kind of funny when you see us next to each other. You're like, oh. Yeah.
Any questions? 2 grams minimum hourly? That's too much drinking. You guys are crazy.
I've been... Damn.
I just bought a new car. I'm trying to go out and drive all the time. In 10 days, I have put over 1,100 miles on that thing.
Good job, Dran, dude, though, getting through the samples. Like, I didn't think about it. I probably should. There's like a crap load of samples I have.
No, he said he wants to get through his samples and he hasn't even started.
You haven't started? Damn it. I didn't even read this rest of the sentence.
You just keep putting them in boxes and moving them to the side. Next thing you know, you got way too many.
Well, I get to, and I don't know about you guys, and please chime in. That once I get a sample of something I think I'll like, I kind of save it for a while. And it's kind of dumb. Because you're just like, oh, I'm not going to, I want to save it, but I never had it.
No,
but
it's not dumb. I have a sample of Hibiki 30 and I can't open it.
I think I have, is it a 21? I think I have a 21 somewhere.
I have a Glenfiddich 1968 that I got from the distillery. Haven't been able to open it.
Yeah. Like, so for the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society bottles, I've opened almost every single one. I think there's one that I haven't backup of, and that's why I'm not opening it. But that's fine with me. But with other bottles, even though I can get them, sometimes I just don't open them. It's weird. Yeah. Ooh.
Your daughter is losing it. Scotch fan, I guess it depends on the size of the sample bottle that you get. what did Jim say? I decided to only drink cat strength to prevent COVID. Yeah, that probably works. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, but
Yeah, sure, why
it
not?
can't hurt, right?
Just keep drinking, man. You'll be fine. You got this.
That's how it's supposed to work, right?
And especially if you're in a state that's opening up again, like, please, stay safe, people. There's some crazies out there.
Oh, liquor stores here never closed. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Oh no, I'm hearing about like states opening up, like South Carolina and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Florida opened some beaches up in Jacksonville. Texas is trying to open
stay safe
next week.
Yeah, I'm just saying, stay safe.
But then I saw this article that said, like, in LA, because they've already found like 4% of the population has antibodies, they're estimating that like something to the tune of over 70,000 people have already had it there. Like, had it and gotten over it.
Yeah, and the thing is, we need
going
testings for that kind of stuff, to be
so
honest.
Korea's testing has shown that people who've already had it can test positive for up to 35 days afterwards. There's some craziness going on with this virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read that article today. It's nuts.
No, yeah, Scotch, I've heard the same thing. Like, it does, but I'm like, if you're
lowers
home,
the immune system.
it just
Nah.
Well, alcohol's technically bad for you, right? Like,
I mean, it is poison.
Yeah.
Let's be serious.
So,
It is literally a poison.
but hey, if you stay at home, you'd be perfectly fine.
I heard Miami was supposed to open by the end of the week. Just don't even get me started because Scotch Society freaking drew. I already canceled my tickets. I already canceled my Airbnb. I don't even want to get into it.
Would you go if they opened it up again?
If it was open this week,
Yeah.
I don't think I could get out of Maryland, but flights are still going, right? Like, that's never stopped in America. People still have to get home.
True.
Have you heard anything about airplanes slowing down? No, right? It's continuing. Like,
I know from people that I know,
Except
flights
from
have
overseas.
been reduced.
yeah.
So.
PA open liquor stores. Oh, thank God. How many friggin' people were in the hospitals in PA for friggin'
I don't think I'm looking good, man.
alcohol withdrawal?
This is weird having a Corona stash, but like this is just how it is nowadays anyway.
He was here. Yeah. They were saying that it might have been here back in December, which is even more wild.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I think I already had it.
I think a lot of people think they already had it. Like, I think I already had it, but
Yeah, because there's something that happened in January, and like I'm telling you, my parents had like it was worse than the flu, and I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? My mom had codeine prescribed because she was coughing so bad. I think it was here already.
And mine was, I think it was like 3 or 4 days, and then just disappeared.
No, this was like a week,
Oh damn.
maybe a week and a half. It was bad. It was real bad. There have
Yeah.
been flights with less than 5 people. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
I have a friend that flies, and he was like, "Yeah, like there's no one here." Like, or they flew, and
I have a
there's,
cat
no
card.
one.
I can't wait to call myself essential.
Yeah. Ban on New York. I could see. Well,
I can see that because New York is like
it's a hotbed, but
Upper-
that means like most
it's
people
an
have
ups-
it then, right? In theory.
that's the problem, right? It's like how many people have it. That's like testing needs to catch up. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
And once you test and you have antibodies, which is a different test, if you already test positive for the antibodies, you should be able to walk around and do whatever you want. It means you already had it and you're good to go.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of why like some of the big countries and stuff like that, and people, they're like, if you got it, just rock it, get the antibodies.
How this turned into a COVID show. Also, can I say something personal?
That's on you, man. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, is that okay?
This is our
do
show.
You guys care?
This is our show.
I posted today an article that was the most sad article that I've probably will ever read. I didn't post anything. No, don't share anything personal. Never mind. Scotch fan said no. It's cool.
Damn. She came in and just went no.
Yeah, I mean, if she says no, I'll just keep it to myself.
All right. On that note, what else do we talk about then? Thanks, Scotch fan.
Oh, she's just joking. So, I posted on Facebook earlier today. I took a screenshot from an article in Tennessee. Apparently, last week, more people committed suicide than actually got COVID and died in Tennessee. So,
Damn. Well,
I think it's important to remember, and I think
Health.
people forget that, yes, there's a lot of bad news, but a lot of people are recovering. A lot of people are getting better. A lot of people are doing.
do we know why they're
okay.
killing themselves? Is it because of COVID or just because of other things
Well, they're,
like
they're saying
domestic
because they're locked in the
violence
house and because of COVID. They're saying it's a combination of all kinds of things.
Really?
But regardless, the fact that many people are killing themselves, like, it just, to me, it's a sign of hopelessness. And like at the end of the day, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. Like, obviously not all of us, because that'd be silly for me to say that, but we're gonna get through this as a people, as a group, as Americans. We're gonna do it. Don't worry.
But we're not on the same boat. Some boats are nicer
We
than
are
others.
all in the same boat. Yeah,
The
everybody's boat may be different, but we're all in the same. We're all in boats. We're all in the ocean. Is that better?
I'm just saying, when everyone says same boat, man, I'm just like, my
somebody
boat's
said
different
that
from your
earlier
boat.
today, and they were like, "Well, some people are rich and they're in a, they're not in the same boat." I'm like, I get it. That's not it. Everybody is affected by things the same way. A rich person can be just as hopeless and commit suicide as a poor person. It doesn't matter who you are. Humans are humans. Period. Everybody needs hope. Everybody needs to hear some good news. Not everybody needs to hear bad news nonstop all the
Yeah,
time.
watch
That's
watch
part
news
of the problem.
every other day if you do watch news. Wally
Oh,
doesn't watch
also,
news.
I posted that screenshot of the article that said more people killed themselves than COVID in Tennessee. Facebook automatically signed me up for a suicide prevention awareness fundraiser, and it raised $75.
Really? Wow.
I said I didn't even do it; it just did it on its own. Ugh.
That's really interesting. But
Locked in a house with relatives. Yeah, sometimes relatives are something special. Sounds like right-wing talking point. I don't know. When more people are killing themselves than people are dying from COVID, I don't know.
Hey,
that doesn't sound right-wing or left-wing.
so
it sounds like
Kevin C's question: what will the pandemic do to whiskey pricing? I actually don't think it will do much.
So I don't think it'll do it. I mean, if we see prices go up because of anything, it'll be the tariffs which have taken effect.
I'm thinking like the increase in toilet paper has gone up more than the whiskey.
Toilet paper is up, oil is down, oil is negative.
Oh yeah.
There's so much of a flux of oil. It's like negative $35 a barrel right now.
I'm so glad I didn't invest in that.
Suicide could likely be a financial hardship. Yeah, it could be due to a lot of things. But if you really come to the end of that kind of rope like that, I don't know. It's not a good sign.
Yeah, I personally like. What's the? I know this is gonna sound really sad, but what's the median death rate of
our sales down,
or what do you call it, of suicides? What's the average?
So I helped a veteran friend who was doing a fundraiser one time, and I know vets, like 22 vets a day kill themselves.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
there's some pretty crappy numbers out there.
Yeah, and that's just more on like, I don't know. I would have thought more would die in Vietnam than with the Iraqi war when it comes to that kind of stuff, because the
give them more rope. Oh, good lord.
Well, if you hang yourself, you have more rope. You can't hang yourself, right? So, just saying.
Smart.
I got you, Christian. I know what you're talking about.
If the rope is too long, they won't die.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, this was Great Depression. All right. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, but the market is.
Man, we're going deep on this. It's like this is a crowd chat.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get personal. Light, happy, talky things, cocktail.
Yeah, and if you guys have any cocktail recipes or anything you guys want us to try, please let us know. I'm actually trying to get into more cocktails, so if you guys have, I'm probably not gonna post it because I think my cocktails look like shit. But
wait, did Scotch Fan ever come back with a fact check? Because I'm super curious.
And then Scotch Society, you're doing a is it Friday? I think it's Friday, right? The tasting panel thing, Rob? The Zoom call?
Correct, with Bren.
Yeah, with Bren and a special guest.
And Few and Widow Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Friday, 5:30. Thank you, Scotch
Yes,
Fan.
Friday. Oh, thanks, Scotch Fan. Let us know. Yeah, so excited about that. If you guys don't know, a lot of companies right now are using Zoom, Skype, and so on to kind of share the knowledge while you guys are all, at home, staying at home, being responsible. So try and research as much as you can. I know a buddy of mine's doing some Glenfiddich questions every Friday. There's a few Zoom calls going around for local distilleries. There you go. I don't know. It's open to everyone. There you go. So you got
5:30 p.m. open to 100 people. It can't be open to everyone because Zoom maxes out, doesn't it?
There you go. So and that's Eastern Standard Time. So I think that'd be fun. I personally got the day off on Friday because my boss was like, "You guys need to relax and calm down and detox from all the stuff that's happening."
That's important.
Friday. And if you guys are lucky enough to work from home, try and take a day off there. I know that work life and family life are blending in, as you can hear from today. So having that detox, having that little cocktail at the end, that whiskey at the end, would definitely help you guys out. We're here to hopefully put your guys' mind at ease for a little bit, even though we talked a bit dark today.
If you ever need to talk, just DM.
Yeah, and we're more than happy to answer any random weird questions, as Christian knows. So 100 people.
We'll after the shout out.
Yeah, shout out, man. Hey, we're here to share the knowledge, man. And Bren whiskey, I've got it. There you go. I got it, Bren.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going out to get Few and Widow Jane though.
I have Bren. Got a sample from you, so I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's a 10-year or the regular, but I'll be definitely trying it out.
I think I sent you the 10 actually.
So yeah, so I'm very excited about that. I'm not a big fan of what I had. I think I was like a 50-50 on it, but maybe understanding it a bit more, and maybe since I tried it like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Maybe
I love
can
their
change.
classic for beginners because it tastes like bubblegum. It smells like bubblegum. It tastes like banana runs. It smells like banana runs. Like, it's so good.
And to be honest, Allison Park, since she's running a small business, I'm more intrigued about that. More the small business.
I mean, she's always talking about it.
And I think it's great because like I don't know about you guys, but I know Wally's thought about opening up his own distillery or working at distillery.
I have.
So like
I can't help it. It's an enthusiast
Yeah,
thing, right?
it's like everyone's like, oh, I want to open up my own bar. Like that's what I want to do, and a buddy did it. So like it's everyone's true dream.
Scotch fan. Oh, dang, we should open it up to questions for anybody. Anybody who's got any questions, ask them right now because we're going to try to get this show closed out.
Yeah.
But Scotch fan just said, what are your thoughts on Balvenie 15 bourbon and Balvenie in general? I will not lie to you. Balvenie 15 bourbon is not as good as Balvenie 15 sherry. I'm not sure why it got the reputation it did for being amazing.
I think it's just because it's like the 15 because it's limited.
I think it's just because it's harder to get. Yeah, because it canceled it.
Like
the sherry is super bomb.
I think the number one Balvenie I want on a semi-special
17 Madeira?
No, it's the Cuban wood 14.
Oh, the Cuban.
Just because it's
the original.
Cuban. And that was the 14 Balvenie, which is one of my gateways into finished whiskeys, which was one of your topics on Monday. So.
Yes, it was. I was trying to talk about wine finished
Scotch
whiskeys,
fan,
but everybody went to like everything.
It happens a lot where you like, oh, I'm so excited, then it's
Which sample was it?
the 15.
Now I'm curious. All right. As she posts which sample it is, and that'll get posted to YouTube. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our show today. Haven't seen the Balvenie. We do need to take a picture before the end of the show. I guess I'll just do this.
And by the way, if you guys are excited for anything, let us know. I'm excited for my new video card, and Wally was excited about his brand new car.
Oh, I have to order my video card tomorrow. And yes, I'm super stoked about my car so much that I actually started an Instagram for it, which is a little ridiculous. No, the 12 is super good. The 12 double wood is one where like you try it when you're a beginner and you're like, this is all right. You try it when you have like a much better palate and you're like, this is really good. Yeah. 15 bourbon, no problem. First time on your feed. Yeah, Jim, it was really cool to have you on. That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got a chance to check out what's going on. Usually we're much more prepared because we pick a topic that Charles isn't afraid to do some research for. But today we got a little lazy.
Like I'm reading from a Wikipedia website because people kept complaining all the time. Because that's true.
It's because Corona.
It definitely happened a lot, man. All right, guys.
Oh, the 25 single barrel. That's one I don't talk about because the 25 triple wood is fantastic.
I do like the 16.
And travel retail only.
16 triple wood.
16 triple is bomb.
16 triple wood Balvenie. Oh, love that stuff.
So bomb.
Sadly, it's a bit expensive for people to come over.
Charles.
What?
It's the end of our show. What do we say at the end of our show? What do we say at the end of every show?
Produce?
Oh, I heard another Australian person say produce on TV, and I started dying laughing.
It's real.
I left it alone, though. I really wanted to be like...
It's a real thing. We say produce.
Yes, produce. It's real.
Deuces, guys. Thanks.
Oh, deuces.